welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Kate if you're new here, and today I'm going to be doing a book haul. So these are all the books that I've acquired since the new year, basically. I think I might have put in the order for some of these like right after Christmas, before the new year, but I don't think they arrived until January. It's an embarrassing amount of books, and I'm pretty sure I've only read 2 of them. So that's even worse, but I will say I don't think I bought, well, I bought 1 full price, and that's it. The rest were either gotten on sale, half price books, something more along those lines, you know, like not full price. So yeah, I guess we'll get started. Let's start with the 2 that I read already. So the first one is called I'll Tell You in Person by Chloe Caldwell. It's a book of essays, so nonfiction. It was one of my first 5 stars of the whole year. Thought it was funny, loved it. We're following this woman pretty much anywhere between the ages of like, I don't know, maybe being like a late teen, like through her 20s. Just figuring out life. I feel like I say that a lot when I describe books, but I feel like that's just kind of like what I like to read. And I don't want to say like depressed woman moving, because I feel like that's a big topic right now, and I definitely don't think that's what I mean when I say like a woman just figuring it out. I just feel like I love the day-to-day of like, this is my life when I'm 20, this is my life when I'm 25, especially in like certain like small essays like this. I feel like just a little blip into, this is what I remember when I think of being 23, or like this is what I wrote about my life when I was 23 compared to this is what I wrote about my life sorry, when I was like 26, because obviously I feel like your 20s, especially your early 20s, are very developmental. You change a lot. There's a lot of changes happening usually. And so I don't know, it's just like really interesting to me. Loved it. Like I said, thought it was funny. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I have an Instagram post about it with some highlights that I highlighted in here. But yeah, highly recommend. Really liked it. The next book that I got this year and read this year is called The Divines by Ellie Eaton. It was fine. It was fine. I don't even remember what I rated it. 3 point something. You're following your main character as she is in an all-girl private boarding school in England, I think, is where they're at. And also when she's an adult, which, if I'm being for real, I feel like this whole book could have been set in just like high school times. Like, I don't understand the jumping back and forth. Like, didn't think it went well with this story, except for I usually like that, so I thought it was like kind of weird. It was just like any time that I felt like we jumped to an adult, I was kind of like, what are we doing? Like, this is pointless. Like, I feel like we went into like certain relationships that she had with like her friends, her husband and stuff when she was older, and I was like, not to be mean, but like I was sold on this book because I was like, oh, there's a scandal that happened at this all-girls school, and now she's like dealing with it as an adult, but I feel like she like really wasn't dealing with it as an adult. I feel like it was just like the scandal, and like now she's a sad grown-up. It was just like very like odd, but I really liked the writing like itself, so I'm kind of curious to see what else this author like will put out in the future, or if she's put anything out before this. I'm not sure. But I would want to say dark academia. Like, I really want to, because I know that's like a buzzword right now. And I mean, it was like, there was like a big scandal and blah, 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 blah. But I will say throughout the whole book, I feel like this scandal is just like referenced over and over and over again. And like, I feel like it really took a long time for me to feel like we're getting anywhere closer to like what the scandal is. And I feel like, yeah, I guess that kept me reading, but I was also like reading out of annoyance. Like, I was like, I just want to know already. Like, please let me know. So I don't know. I don't not recommend it, but it definitely was not my favorite thing in the whole world. So yeah, let's get to this huge pile of books that I shouldn't have bought any of them. 0 of them I should have bought, but here we are. And I will say, I mean, obviously I haven't read them, like I just said, so I might be doing a little bit of reading of blurbs and stuff, because if I'm being for real, I feel like sometimes when I go into Half Price Books, I'm like, oh my god, I've seen that on Instagram, or like I've heard just like the teeniest bit about this one, and so like I personally don't really know what it's about fully, and I forget, so that's all I have to say. Okay, honestly, I feel like the person that brought this author to my attention about like a year or so ago was Grace from GK Reads, Zadie Smith, Swing Time. Honestly, don't know if she liked this one, has read this one at all, whatever, not sure. Just picked this one up. Here we go. Two brown girls dream of being dancers, but only one, Tracy, has talent. The other has ideas about rhythm and time, about black bodies and black music, what constitutes a tribe, or makes a person truly free. It's a close but complicated childhood friendship that ends abruptly, never be revisited, but never quite forgotten either. And I would say, at least for me personally, like, the whole, childhood friendship, you grow up, you grow apart, but, like, you're always constantly just like wondering like if you guys were still friends, like what your life would be like, or kind of like why you aren't friends anymore, or like could you ever be friends again. Like I feel like that whole like young female friendship storyline is something that I'm like particularly interested in, and I do think it's because of my age. So I'm 24, and so like I feel like, yeah, I am dealing with a lot of like, oh, I was friends with them for so long, so like should we keep being friends even though like I have nothing in common with them, or like this friendship ended but like this is why, because we were immature and like being mean to each other, blah blah blah. Like now that we're not like that anymore, like is there friendship still to be had, or like do you just forget about things? So like stuff like that is like really interesting to me. And the whole like dancing storyline also sounds interesting to me. I used to be a dancer when I was like really young. I did like ballet and tap, and then I did Irish dancing for a little bit. So I don't know, like I said, only heard good things about this author, so very excited to pick this one up. I feel like I actually just talked about this in my last video, but it's Sula by Toni Morrison. This would be my first Morrison if it's the next one I pick up. And we're following two girls, young female friendship. Obviously, I heard about this one actually on CJ Reads' channel. She just rated it 5 stars, just finished it this year, and I was like, oh my god, I started Half Price Books and it's pretty short, and like I just heard great things about it, like let's give it a go. And I'm actually like on docket to read the I think I just like made that up. I don't think that makes any sense, but it's okay. I'm actually like trying to read this one hopefully this month, but I mean whatever. But like I said, young female friendship set in Ohio. I'm from Ohio, only ever lived in Ohio. Cute and fun. So there you go. This one I just picked up this weekend at Half Price Books. Oh my god, I need to stop going there. It's called The Awkward Age by Francesca Siegel. I saw this one there and I was like, oh my god, this has been on my Storygraph TBR for like a hot minute now, because I like recognize this cover, like with the chairs and the green. Like I think I like it. I don't know, it's a little busy. I wish the type was a little bit different. But let me read you what it's about. So, we will give anything to make our children happy, but how much should they ask? Julia Alden has fallen deeply, unexpectedly in love. American obstetrician Jane says everything she never knew she wanted. If only her teenage daughter Gwen didn't hate him so much. Spoiled, rebellious, artistic Gwen refuses to accept her mother's new boyfriend on any terms. Even more reviled is his precocious 17-year-old son, Nathan, who loves nothing more than pushing Gwen's buttons. I love a family story. Can't lie, love it. I'm excited to read about kind of like a, what do you call, like a blended family type situation. There's kids from previous relationships or just previous time. They come together. Hopefully they all end up liking each other, but I guess we'll have to find out. But yeah, I'm excited for that one. This one I truly just picked up because of like how cute and little it is, and I really like, I guess it's the cover. I don't know if you can really see, but it's like, it looks like wood, but it's like pink and purple and blue and like a darker blue. And it's called Knots, and it's a collection of short stories by Gunhild something. He's from Norway, I believe. So honestly, I don't know how to say his name. And I'm pretty sure it was translated to English. It's not like it was like, he's from Norman, he wrote it in English, like it was translated. So I'm like, honestly, it might just be like interesting. Short stories, translation, just something new and different probably. So it says, a mesmerizing collection of playfully surreal stories. In both precise short stories and ruminative longer tales, the author meanders through the tangled, jinxed, and unavoidable conflicts of love and desire. I love reading about love, so there you go. There you go. Excited for that one. This one, I can't lie, I feel like I liked the cover more than I liked the premise, but I bought it anyways, because I have a problem. It's called Little Children by Tom Perrotta. It looks like grass, but it's definitely not grass. It looks like more like crinkle paper now that I'm looking closer, and there's like 2 little goldfish on top. Honestly, didn't realize how old this book was until I looked it up on Goodreads. I'm pretty sure it's like over 10 years old, I think. It says, Tom Perrotta's 30-ish parents of young children are a varied and surprising bunch. There's Todd, the handsome stay-at-home dad dubbed the prom king by the kings at the playground, and his wife Kathy, a documentary filmmaker, envious of the connection Todd has forged with their toddler son. And there's Sarah, a lapsed feminist, surprised to find she's become a typical wife in a traditional marriage, and her husband Richard, who's becoming more and more involved with an internet fantasy life than with his own wife and child. And then there's Marianne, who has life all figured out, down to a scheduled roll in the hay with her husband every Tuesday at 9 p.m. So it seems like a lot of sad adults trying to figure out how to enjoy life again, possibly. A lot of like family drama, neighborhood drama, which neighborhood drama, I don't know about, like, can't lie, like sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. I like when the drama is a little bit more like fun, funny, a little bit less serious drama, just some gossip, you know, like I love that type of shit. I really hope there is no like lying, cheating, money problems, scandal-y type stuff like that. Like I really dislike anything like that. But like I also love some neighborhood drama, family drama situation. So there's that one. Another one that I bought this weekend is called Big Girl Small Town by Michelle Gallen. I feel like this one has also been on my TBR since, I'm pretty sure since I've been watching Books and Lala. So I would say for quite some time now. It's an Irish book written by an Irish author, I believe. It's debut. I'm not sure if I'm going to say our main character's name correctly, but here we go. Magella is happiest out of the spotlight, away from her neighbor's stares and the gossips of the small town in Northern Ireland where she grew up in the wake of the Troubles. She lives a quiet life, caring for her alcoholic mother, working in the local chip shop, watching the regular customers come and go. She wears the same clothes each day, overalls too small, has the same dinner each night, fish and chips microwaved at home after her shift ends, and binge watches old DVDs of the same shows, Dallas, best show on TV, from the comfort of her bed. But underneath Magella's seemingly ordinary life are the facts she doesn't know where her father is, and that every person in her town has been changed by the lingering divide between Protestants and Catholics. When Magella's predictable existence is upended by the death of her granny, she comes to realize there may be more to life than the gossips of something, the pub, and the chip shop. In fact, there just may be a whole big world outside of her small town. So, I don't know, seems like a sad girl, again, just trying to like figure it all out. As a, I'm pretty sure she's a young adult. She might be in her teens, but I think she is a young adult. And I love reading about that age. So there you go. This other one, can't lie. Ooh, the cover's like kind of disgusting. I should have just probably bought this new, but it's okay. I've seen this one a lot on Bookstagram. It's called Sweet Bitter by Stephanie Danler. Just recently, Bookstagram is like popping off about this. I'm not sure why. Can't lie. I think it's about an alcoholic, possibly, maybe? I don't know. Newly arrived in New York City, 22-year-old Tess lands a job working front of house at a celebrated downtown restaurant. What follows is her education in champagne and cocaine, love and lust, dive bars, and fine dining as she learns to navigate the chaotic, enchanting, punishing life she has chosen. The story of a young woman's coming of age set against the glitzy, grimy backdrop of elite restaurants and Sweet Bitter, Stephanie Danler deftly conjures a non-stop and highly adrenaline world and evokes the infinite possibilities, the unbearable beauty, and the fragility and brutality of being young and adrift. Again, young girl figuring it out, but that one's different because she moved away to a big old city, running at a restaurant, paving her way. Yeah, I don't know. Excited for that one. I think I am. This next one I always knew I was gonna pick up. I've just been picking them up just whenever I like see them. And it's the next one in the Dublin Murder Series Squad. It's the third one, Tana French, Faithful Place. I finished the first two, love the second one. I love them both, but the second one, wow, just like hit the spot. Also, I was talking about this series with somebody on Instagram the other day, and they also said that they really liked the second one and they thought the second one was their favorite. But I've also heard like pretty good things about this one too. So I'm excited to hopefully pick this one up in the next month or two so that I can finally watch Grace's vlog reading this book again. There's not really much to say. Every book in the series follows a different main character. So like our first one was the boy lead detective. The second one was one of our girl lead detectives. Not sure. I think this is following one of our like older main characters, but yeah, not sure. This one is called Women Talking by Miriam Towles. I feel like I saw this on book 2 maybe like a year or so ago, I think. This one seems a little more sad, so I'm kind of scared to pick it up. So this one says, based on real events, Women Talking is the story of 8 women in a remote Mennonite colony who face an agonizing decision in the aftermath of a series of unspeakable sexual crimes. One evening, 8 Mennonite women climb into a hayloft to conduct a secret meeting. For the past 2 years, each of these women and more than 100 other girls in their colony has been repeatedly violated in the night by demons coming to punish them for their sins. Now that the women have learned they were in fact drugged and attacked by a group of men from their own community, they are determined to protect themselves and their daughters from future harm. So I think it's going to be a group of pissed off, angry women taking the men down. And I'm like, honestly, kind of fun, right? Kind of fun. Sad concept, but kind of fun, you know? This one I've seen a little bit about, just like, I think on BookTube and Instagram, but it's called Idaho by Emily Ruskovich. I love the cover, can't lie, love the cover, like so much. Love the green, the yellow, the dark background with the white letters, love it. So this one says, Anne and Wade have carved out a life for themselves from a rugged landscape in northern Idaho where they are bound together by more than love. With her husband's memory fading, Anne attempts to piece together the truth of what happened to Wade's first wife, Jenny, and to their daughters. In a story written in exquisite prose and told from multiple perspectives, including Anne, Wade, and Jenny, now in prison, we gradually learn of the mysterious and shocking act that fractured Wade and Jenny's lives, of the love and compassion that brought Anne and Wade together, and of the memories that reverberate through the lives of every character in Idaho. Sounds sad. I love family stories, so here we go. Here we go. Ooh, another collection of short stories. This one is called No One Belongs Here More Than You, Stories by Miranda July. Really into the yellow, can't lie. Really into the yellow. It's very bold, very simple also. And I think that's kind of like what makes it bold. So, yeah. This one says, award-winning filmmaker and performing artist Miranda July brings her extraordinary talents to the page in a startling, sexy, and tender collection. In these stories, July gives the most seemingly insignificant moments a sly potency. A benign encounter, a misunderstanding, a shy revelation can reconfigure the world. With great compassion and generosity, July reveals her characters, idiosyncrasies, and the odd logic and longing that govern their lives. No One Belongs Here More Than You is a stunning debut, the work of a writer with a spectacularly original and compelling voice. I feel like just this year I kind of want to get more into short story collections because I feel like in the past I've read a few different collections. And I really like them. I just kind of want to delve a little deeper into that form, I guess. I don't know what you want to call it, because it's not really a genre, but like that like form. So yeah, I picked up another one. Sorry, I had to get up for just a second, but the next book I'm going to talk about is called Thin Girls by Diana Clark. Honestly, I feel like I picked this up a lot because of the cover. I love that vine like going through the letters. I don't know, it just like stuck out to me, sorry. So Rose and Lily Winters are twins, as close as the bond implies. They feel each other's emotions, taste what the other takes in. Like most young women, they've struggled with their bodies since childhood, and high school finds them turning to food, or away from it, to battle the waves of insecurity and the yearning for popularity. But their connection can be as destructive as it is supportive, a yin to a yang. When Rose stops eating, Lily starts consuming everything Rose won't or can't. Within a few years, Rose is about to mark her 1-year anniversary in a rehabilitation facility for anorexics. Lily, her sole visitor, is the only thing tethering her to a normal life, but Lily's own struggles, while less apparent than her sister's, are equally profound. A kindergarten teacher, she dates abusive men, including a student's married father. In search of the close yet complicated companionship she lost in Rose, entered rehab. When Lily joins an extreme cult diet group led by a social media faux feminist and begins to lose weight at an alarming rate, Rose determines to become well enough to leave the facility to save her and perhaps save herself. So it seems like it's about, instead of young female friendship, more like sister friendship and family, just like bonds, and kind of like what that bond will make you do if anyone needs help or anyone is in trouble. I feel like families, especially close families, will go above and beyond and do crazy things to help or save other family members, So yeah, I'm excited to read about these sisters. I feel like I heard about this more like last year, but I really liked the cover and the colors. It's called Everyone Knows Your Mother is a Witch by Rivka Galkin, I think. But yes, love this cover. Love that dark purple with the light purple. Love it. The story begins in 1618 in the German something of Württemberg. Plague is spreading. The 30 Years' War has commenced, and fear and suspicion are in the air throughout the Holy Roman Empire. In the small town of Leonberg, Katharina Kepler is accused of being a witch. Katharina is an illiterate widow known by her neighbors for her herbal remedies and her successful children, including the eldest, Johannes, who is the imperial mathematician and the renowned author of the Laws of Planetary Motion. It's enough to make anyone jealous, and Katharina has done herself no favors by being out and about and in everyone's business. So when the deranged and insipid Ursula Reinbold, or as Katharina calls her, the werewolf, accuses Katharina of offering her a bitter witchy drink that has made her ill, Katharina is in trouble. Her scientist son must turn his attention from the music of the spheres to the job of defending his mother. Facing the threat of financial ruin, torture, and even execution, Katharina tells her side of the story to her friend and next-door neighbor, Simon, a reclusive widower imperiled by his own secrets. Just sounds like some community drama, but like set way back when. And who doesn't love a maybe, possibly, probably not though, witch story? This next one is called Ohio by Stephen Markley. Kind of afraid to pick this up, can't lie. It looks very long. I think it's like almost 500 pages. It just like looks chunky. I don't know. One sweltering night in 2013, 4 former high school classmates converge on their hometown in northeastern Ohio. There's Bill Ashcroft, a passionate drug-abusing young activist whose flailing ambitions have taken him from Cambodia to Zuccotti Park to post-BP New Orleans. And now, back home with a mysterious package strapped to the undercarriage of his truck, Stacy Moore, a doctoral candidate, reluctantly confronting her family and the mother of her best friend and first love, whose disappearance spurs the mystery at the heart of the novel. Dan Eaton, a shy veteran of 3 tours in Iraq, home for a dinner date with a high school sweetheart, he's tried desperately to forget, in the beautiful, fragile Tina Ross, whose rendezvous with the washed-up captain of the football team triggers the novel's shocking climax. Set over the course of a single evening, that's probably why I picked this up, can't lie. Like I said, from Ohio, single evening setting sounds amazing. It reminds me of No Exit, which is a thriller I read like a few years ago and loved that. But set over the course of a single evening, Ohio toggles between the perspectives of these unforgettable characters as they unearth dark secrets, revisit old regrets, and uncover and compound bitter betrayals. Before the evening is through, these narratives converge masterfully to reveal mysteries so dark and shocking it will take your breath away. So, there you go. Oh, this one I want to do for a challenge or some sort of a reading vlog situation. This pisses me off though, because where I order these from, they all came kind of like dirty and like not damaged, but yeah, like this is supposed to be white. You can't even see, but there's like shit all over it. Like even on the back, like there's like weird stripes. It's not a cute look, but here we go. It's called We Crossed a Bridge and It Trembled, Voices from Syria by Wendy Perlman. In 2011, against the backdrop of the wave of demonstrations known as the Arab Spring, millions of Syrians took to the streets demanding freedom and dignity. The government's ferocious response and the refusal of the demonstrators to back down sparked a brutal war that escalated into the worst humanitarian catastrophe of our times, including the deaths of hundreds of thousands of men, women, and children, incalculable destruction, and the flight of millions of Syrians from their homeland. Yet despite the vivid reporting and powerful images that have emerged from the disaster, no book has truly allowed us to understand the conflict as Syrians have experienced it. You crossed a bridge and it trembled changes that. Based on interviews with hundreds of Syrians conducted over 4 years across the Middle East, Europe, and the United States, it chronicles the war from its origins to its present horror, solely through the words of ordinary people transformed by its unfolding. Parents, children, students, teachers, web designers, artists, playwrights, bloggers, poets, doctors, engineers, lawyers, activists, government employees, rebels, refugees, military doctors or defectors, prisoners, hipsters, Christians, Muslims, shopkeepers, grandparents. These are just some of the voices that cohere into a breathtaking mosaic. Some of the gathered testimonies are eloquent narratives that could stand alone as short stories. Others are only a few commanding sentences. Together, they form a testament not only to the power of storytelling, but also to the resilience of those who face darkness with hope, courage, and moral conviction. It just sounds like it's gonna be like super, super, super impactful and just like hit really close to home and just really like, ooh, you know? And like I said, I think I'm gonna use it for like a vlog where I read some of the highest rated books on my TBR. This is definitely up there. I think it's like 3rd on the list, and the first 2 like don't count for some reason. I forget the reason, but there's like, it's almost like they don't have enough ratings for me to even like count them. But yes, very, very, very excited to pick that one up. We have 2 left. I'm so sorry I have so many to talk about. I've seen this one tons and tons on Bookstagram, less on BookTube, but I've also seen it on Book Talk, I think, but definitely Bookstagram. It's called The New Me by Halle Butler. Love the cover. Girl's face with a fly on the cover, or like on her head, on her bangs. Love it. 30-year-old Millie just can't pull it together. She spends her days working a thankless temp job and her nights alone in her apartment, fixating on all the ways she might change her situation, her job, her attitude, her parents, her life. Then she watches TV until she falls asleep and the cycle begins again. When the possibility of a full-time job offer arises, it seems to bring the better life she's envisioning within reach, but with it also comes the paralyzing realization, lurking just beneath the surface, of how hollow that vision has become. I don't know. Sounds like a sad girl. Can't lie. Picked it up because I've seen it so much. So, the last one. Again, it's dirty. This is pissing me off. Can't lie. I'm about to like never order books from here ever again. It's really pissing me off. But it's called Rodham by Curtis Sittenfeld. I'm pretty sure this is just a, oh, it's another long one, isn't it? I think this one is like if Hillary Clinton wouldn't have married Bill, or like if she would have become president instead of Bill Clinton, like way back when, or something like that. What if Hillary Rodham hadn't married Bill Clinton? There you go. In 1971, Hillary Rodham is a young woman full of promise. Life magazine has covered her Wesley commencement speech. She's attending Yale Law School, and she's on the forefront of student activism and the women's rights movement. And then she meets Bill Clinton, a handsome, charismatic Southerner and fellow law student. Bill is already planning his political career. In each other, the two find a profound intellectual, emotional, and physical connection that neither has previously experienced. Yeah, love the cover. Feel like I've heard enough about that, or at least seen it for quite some time, because I feel like I was still working in the bookstore when it came out, and I feel like it was always on our front tables and stuff. But yeah, those are all the books I have to talk about today. Hopefully I actually read them, and hopefully I don't buy any more for quite some time, because this has gotten to be insane. I don't think it helped that, yes, I read kind of a lot during January, like the most books I feel like I've read in a month in like a very, very long time, or like ever, honestly. But some of them, as in a lot of them, were ebooks that I got from the library or given to me as ARCs, and so I just like wasn't reading as many of my own physical books that I already owned. So yeah, very excited to keep trucking along though, keep reading, and just like having fun. So yeah, I don't know. Let me know if you've read any of them, if there are any that I should prioritize, or honestly not even bother picking up. I would love to know. So yeah, that's all I have for you guys today, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.